Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to make this little mushroom. This is fairly easy to make if you're a beginner, and I think it's really cute. So, this is what we're going to be making today, and let's get right on into what we are going to be needing. Alright, so we will be needing some red yarn. I'm just going to be using this color I got from the Dollar Tree. It's the worsted weight yarn I got from the Dollar Tree. And then I also got this from the Dollar Tree. This is just some like white yarn. And I like it because it kind of looks like a cream color. So it'll work perfectly for the mushroom. And then you're going to be needing a hook of any size or kind of hook you prefer. I'm using 3mm today. Although you can, use chunky yarn even. And maybe use a bigger hook. But if you want to switch up the hook size and the yarn size, go ahead. You'll be needing 1 stitch marker. You don't need more than that. And you're going to be needing some stuffing. I have some scrap yarn in here. It's actually good to use some scrap yarn because then you're not wasting the yarn and throwing it in the garbage. But we are going to start off. I have the pattern that I wrote up on my computer, and it will be in the description below if you guys need that for help. But let's get started with our white color of yarn. And we are going to start off by making a magic ring with 6 stitches. So you're going to chain 1 before we start, and then we're going to make 6 single crochets into the magic ring, which will leave us with a total of 6 stitches. Alright, then you can go ahead and pull your magic ring nice and tight, just like this. And like I said, you should have a total of 6 single crochets. Now we are going to first slip stitch into the first stitch of this round. And now we're going to put the stitch marker on our hook. We are going to chain 1, and now basically into every stitch we are going to be doing 2 single crochets into, and we're going to continue that around. So we're going to be doing an increase into every single stitch around this row. When you're going to the last stitch, just remove the stitch marker and then go into it. Now we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch, chain 1, and now for the next 5 rows, we're going to be slip stitching, chaining 1, and then doing 1 single crochet into every single stitch around. So I'm going to stay on camera for 1 row of the 5 rows. Basically, we're just doing single crochets into every stitch for the next 5 rows. But please do remember that at the beginning of every single one of these rows, you're going to have to slip stitch into the first stitch and then chain 1, and then you can continue the row. Just so that you are aware. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do 4 more rows off camera, but make sure that you, like I said, remember to slip stitch and then chain 1 at the beginning of every row. I will be back when I have my total of 5 rows done, and yeah. Okay, so by now, maybe you should have your 5 rows done, or maybe not, I'm not sure. But this is what mine looks like. Pretty cute so far, little stub. I love how my stitches are a lot tighter than they were on the first mushroom I made because I used a bigger hook then. So it's better for my sake. But now we are going to do row 9. So we are going to do a slip stitch. I already did my slip stitch and chain 1. So now we are going to do 2 single crochets into every stitch, except we're going to be doing it in the outer loop. Okay, so do an increase into every single stitch, but only in the outer loop. Also, by now, you should have turned your creation inside out, so the stitches look a little bit more better. For some reason, out of all of my new hooks that I've recently been using, this is definitely like the best one I've been using, and I don't really know how. It just feels like the most comfortable with my hand holding it. I think it's just because of the specific size that it is. Sorry for the background noise. Sorry about that. Is my door fully closed? Yeah, my door's closed. I don't know. Everyone's just being loud this morning. Oh my god, my dog's so funny. She does not stop. Okay. I find crocheting to be so much easier than amigurumi. Although I'm just gonna say that this is just my opinion, so please don't hate me. Okay, I'm going to do my slip stitch and chain 1. Alright. Alright, so now for the 10th row, also now we should have 24 stitches. But for the 10th row, we are going to be doing the slip stitch chaining 1. I just did that. And now we are going to be doing 1 single crochet and then an increase. Okay, so we can go back into the full loop now. We're going to be doing, 2 single crochets in the first stitch. And then in the next stitch, we're going to be doing a single crochet. So instead of doing it single crochet increase, we're going to be doing it increase single crochet. Sorry if that does not make sense. But the pattern is in the description if you need help. But if you didn't understand what I said, let me try explaining it one more time just to see if it does make sense. So we're going to be doing 2 single crochets into the first stitch, so an increase, and then the next stitch we're going to be doing a single crochet. Hopefully that made a little bit more sense. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully it did. Okay, so you should single crochet into the last stitch And then you're going to undo your stitch marker. You're going to go into the stitch, do a slip knot, or not do a slip stitch, and then chain 1. Now we are going to be changing the colors to a red yarn. So grab your scissors. You can snip the yarn. Leave a little bit of a tail. I don't think you're gonna really need any more than that though. So this is what it should look like. So we've kind of made the base, and now we're just going to do the red. But we're gonna grab our red, and to do the red, or how to do the color change, you're gonna go into this next stitch with your hook, and you're going to just kind of loop the yarn around it like that, and then pull up. And do single crochet just like that. That is how I do my color changes, although you can do them any way you want. Then I'm just going to put my stitch marker around that first stitch, and we can get started with the row. So the first row, we're just going to be doing a single crochet into every stitch. So just go ahead and do that. Sorry that my crocheting sounds kind of weird. Keeps making like this squeaky sound. I think it's just because of my hook. Alright, now we are going to undo the stitch marker, and we are going to go into the red stitch, do a slip stitch, and then chain 1. For the next row, we are going to be doing a decrease and then a single crochet. So grab your stitch marker, put it on the band around your hook, and now we're going to start off with a decrease. So I'm going to be doing invisible decreases and not the number decrease. So what I'm going to be doing for that is I'm just going to be doing, I'm just going to show you what. So we're going to go into the first stitch, take our yarn, wrap it around, pull it up, go to the next stitch, do the same thing, and then wrap the yarn over and pull through everything. That is an invisible decrease, or just basically 2 single crochets but put together into 1 stitch instead of just a single crochet, if that makes any sense. I just think it gives a cleaner look to the mushroom, in my opinion, so. Okay. So now you should kind of start to see it kind of curving up, which is good. We are going to, again, undo our stitch marker. Whoa, that was loud. I don't even know what that was. Okay. And do it your slip stitch and chain 1. And then we are going to continue. For the next row, we are going to be doing a decrease into every single stitch. Oh wait, let me put the stitch marker back on. Okay. But we're going to be doing a decrease into every single stitch around the mushroom. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch, chain 1. I'm just going to remove my stitch marker. We are going to stuff the mushroom now. So grab your stuffing and we are going to do some stuffing because otherwise we are not going to be able to finish the mushroom, or we're not going to be able to stuff it later. So just do that now. This is also a really great project for if you like don't have a lot of yarn, or if you just want to use some scrap pieces to stuff it with. So that's nice. Okay, so now we are going to be doing decreases around for this row. I'm just not going to use my stitch marker, but we're going to be doing decreases, continuing in just every single stitch. So go ahead and just do that. If you can kind of see the stuffing peeking through, just put it back. Okay. So at this point, we are just going to be decreasing until it is closed, but I do want to stuff it a little bit more. So just remember that as you are decreasing it, to remember that maybe it needs more stuffing, or maybe you are fine with the amount of stuffing it needs or has already, but just keep that in mind. But at this point, I'm just going to be decreasing until it's closed. So go ahead and do that. Once you are done with the decreasing at the top, now we're going to cut the yarn and put chain 1 and then just slide the yarn through. And that is our tying off stitch. Now you can go ahead, sew, and well, not sew. We're going to tuck in this extra piece of yarn we have that we don't really want to be showing. It's not really working. Hold on. And then once you have it tucked in a good amount, just cut the remaining piece. This is what it should look like. Oh my god, it's really cute. Okay, and now if you want to, I'm going to be showing, I don't really want to, but I'm going to be showing you how to make like a little circle. So if you want your mushroom to have some spots, you can go ahead and do so. I don't really feel like it. So you're going to make a magic ring, put 4 stitches into it. One, 2, 3, 4. Pull it tight. Chain 1. And then just cut it. And then basically all you have to do is sew it on to the mushroom where you want, and you can make as many little spots as you would like. But this is just how you make the little spot. So that is it for the little mushroom. Like I said, if you want to add spots, go ahead and do that. It's just a magic ring of 4, and then all you have to do is just tie it or sew it on. But I do hope you enjoyed this little mushroom tutorial. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials that are crochet and amigurumi. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!